Hey everyone, hope you're having a great day. So with the last episode of the Clone Wars Season 7 now officially being out, I thought it'd be fun to sit down and do a video where I'll be doing a recap for the episode. So before we do get into the video, if you want to and you're new around here and you still want to see daily content on the Clone Wars, you can subscribe and turn on post notifications, and with all of that being said, let's get into it. The episode opens up where we saw it end off on Friday, and we get to see Ahsoka and Rex versus the clones. And for anyone who was wondering who was cutting down the door, it was confirmed to be the clones in this episode. And there was a lot of people speculating it could have been Darth Maul, but no, it was confirmed to be the clones. The next shot we get to see is Maul goes up against two clones in a hallway. This eventually leads to Maul going into the hyperdrive area where he goes up against a load of clones. He ends up killing them all, and after Maul takes out the hyperdrive, the ship is ruined. We next get to see Ahsoka and Rex enter this room. They see a ship which they're going to use to escape, but the problem is the clones were already there waiting. Rex and Ahsoka then come up with a plan where Rex is going to capture Ahsoka and basically say that Ahsoka isn't a Jedi, so she should be allowed to live. And that is when Jesse says a mention to Lord Sidious and how Rex gave an order to kill Ahsoka. Rex and Ahsoka then have to fight the clones, and they're helped by 3 droids. And the droids are able to move the platforms by which everyone is standing on, so the clones keep going up and down. We then get to see that Maul runs past Ahsoka and Rex, going towards this ship which he is going to use to try and escape. Ahsoka tries to stop Maul by using the Force to stop the ship from leaving the aircraft, but this is when R7, I believe this is Ahsoka's droid, is shot and killed. Ahsoka eventually lets Maul go, and I want to say this is the last time we get to see Maul until we see him in Solo: A Star Wars Story, which I'm not really too sure how long after the Clone Wars that movie is set. I believe it's a good maybe 5 or 10 years, but I will talk a bit more about Maul towards the end of the video. We get to see that all the droids who are helping were shot by the clones, and while that is happening, Rex and Ahsoka go down to this maintenance area where they find a ship, or they're trying to find a ship, and this is where the action in the episode really kicks up. Next we get to see that Rex finds a ship, but while this is happening, the actual aircraft, or the Ventador, I'm not too sure of the actual name for this ship, or the massive aircraft, it is starting to fall out of the sky, and this is where we get to see that everyone on the ship is now just basically turned up nearly vertical. So this is where Ahsoka has to put her lightsabers into the ground of the ship to be able to actually make it over to Rex. So this is where Rex's ship gets blown out of the aircraft. So Ahsoka is stranded on the ship, or so we think. We then get to see that she jumps off and she starts running from different parts of the ship, so she's eventually able to get back into Rex's very small ship. Rex and Ahsoka are able to land their ship, and this is where they have a burial for the clones. And this is where Ahsoka leaves her lightsabers, and she will get new ones later on in Star Wars Rebels. We next get to see that the Empire's around, and we hear Darth Vader's breathing. But as this scene goes on, we get to see that Darth Vader is fully shown, and you can see he picks up Ahsoka's lightsaber. And that is where the Clone Wars Season 7 ends. I will give a review for this episode and this season right now. This episode was a really good episode. This is probably one of the best episodes, especially from the ending. I only have one small problem, and that is Maul wasn't around a lot in this episode, but overall I do understand it, especially if we get to see Darth Vader, which we did, so it does make up for him having not too much screen time in the episode. And Season 7 overall was a pretty good season. I'd say it wasn't my favourite season, but it definitely was up there. There was a few standouts, which was easily the Siege of Mandalore episode 10, and then there was a few episodes which I wasn't a massive fan of. Those episodes were the Rafa and Trace episodes, which were very iffy. They weren't very good. The whole arc in just general, it was very iffy at best. Now I am going to end the video off here because that has been the whole episode recapped. Now there might be a video in the next few days ranking all the seasons. I'm not too sure yet whether I'll do a video on that. It might be tomorrow, it might not, I'm not really too sure. Now I am curious what everybody thinks about this episode in the comments down below. And if you want to see daily content on the Clone Wars still after the season is over, you can subscribe and turn on post notifications where I'll be doing daily videos on speculation, breakdowns, theories, all of that. So with all of that being said, may the Force be with you.